Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be playing as North Korea and unifying the Korean peninsula, creating a workers' paradise. And this is actually my first ever video playing Age of History 3, so this is really a big moment in this channel, I guess. So, I've been playing this game for quite a bit now, and I've realized there's some like initially I was kind of like bad at it. I can't lie to you, right? After some playing though, I realized best strategy is to just build out all those like special buildings, the ones that have to do with your resources, and then just like throw all your money at the economic development. And then that's like the fastest way that I've seen like your economy go up, or like in general, right? So that's what I do for most of this game. Actually, most of this gameplay isn't even a gameplay. It's just the economic development, which, to be fair, that's probably the most unrealistic thing about this playthrough, considering I'm playing as North Korea. Anyways, I know, all I did was build most of those buildings, and then I started building temples so that I could get through like the missions, which honestly I find really cool that they added these missions in the game. It's just that like it gets kind of repetitive when the missions are the same generic missions for every single country, but hey, still an improvement from the previous game. I find it pretty cool. And that also, in addition to that, like there's also like the tech tree and everything. I never really look at the technology tree though, I can't lie to you. I just sort of let it run on its own most of the time. But anyways, yeah, most of this is just me like investing my money into like the economy. And the main reason I do that is because every time, like when I was first playing, right, my first several tries of the game, also I allied myself with China because I won't be able to do this without China, because South Korea immediately allies with Japan. I've seen that like multiple games now. Anyways, the main reason that I always like invest in the economy is because I realized early on when I was playing this game that when I try to throw everything at my military and just stack up money, the upkeep of the military results in like, you earning less per month, and that messes up everything going forward. Because if your first war doesn't work, then it's over. Like you can't build back, and you now have to deal with this big military that you can't afford. It's like that. So it's usually a bad strategy. That's why you got to develop yourself first. Oh, and also there was a point in the game where China started decreasing relations with me. I got scared. Like I was like, okay, if they leave me, I can't do nothing. I cannot do any reunification. So yeah, I just made sure that China was on my side, stayed on my side with like a huge bribe, which is honestly really good that you can do that much. Like it's an improvement from the previous game, actually, because of the previous game you give gifts, yeah, sure, but then there was no indication of like how much the like opinion would improve, because you could give a gift, but then you just improve by the same amount for the next couple of turns. So here it's like, at least it's like proportional to how much you give them. Anyways, I did my usual strategy, which so far has just been to stack up enough money after I improve the economy, and then just recruit everything all at once. And then, like, as soon as I recruit everything all at once, I declare the war, right? So, I make everything into one army so that the battles happen all at once. And then I actually waited for the Chinese to come along to this Korean peninsula, because it's better to fight as one army than as two separate. But then the South Koreans started attacking me, but luckily their army was tiny, and when the Chinese came, yeah, we just wiped them out. And then I chased them back to South Korea. We took them out, but Japan started invading me and pulled a reversal. And see, Japan actually scared me because Japan had more troops than me or China. So I decided, I waited for the moment and then took them on with China, and our combined power defeated the Japanese. And so now both the South Korean and the Japanese armies have been wiped. They have nothing left to fight with, and from that point onwards, they only sent like small, tiny forces of troops were pretty much meaningless. And then all I had to do was liberate my territory again. And then I made the peace deal with the South. Now, one thing I realized was that China expired their alliance with me, right? I was like, I saw this, and I was like, oh shit. If if I lose China, I can't do nothing, right? Just like the real North Korea. But I realized I had to end the war first, or else I wouldn't be able to renew my alliance. And when I checked again, thank goodness I was able to renew it. Because if China allied with someone else, I'd have to fight South Korea and Japan alone, which would be, well, pretty terrible actually. It wouldn't be impossible, but it would be very difficult, that's for sure. And oh yeah, and I started economically developing South Korea as well. Just to really improve my economy even more, which I mean, it did work quite well. And I was able to, even while maintaining a big military, so I was just able to pile up way more money. And also, I can't lie, economic investment gives you something to do when like when like you're waiting for like a peace treaty to end or something, or waiting for your aggressive expansion score to go down. Like that I don't know, I just found it like that. And so I began another round of mobilization of my army, just to really hammer home the victory over the capitalist South Koreans. And yeah, I waited till I could get even multiples of 5. And I raised my army, and just as I raised the army, the peace treaty ends, which is absolutely perfect, by the way. I did not know, I didn't realize it would end that soon. But as soon as that happened, I declared war again. And this time, I don't think I even waited. I just went straight for South Korea. And they barely had anything to oppose me with. So just wiped their army out. And the rest of South Korea was also pretty easy. I just took them out. Japan came, and I would have probably beaten Japan on my own as well. It would not have been too difficult. And then I took Jeju Island one last time, and I noticed that China was started invading Japan. Part of me wanted to let them let them do it just to see how it goes, but nah. I decided to cut this short and just end the war. And just like that, I unified the Korean peninsula. And you'll see me soon. I'll make the formable right now after I finish making the course. And just like that, we've unified the Korean peninsula. This is my first game that I'm putting on this channel, an Age of History 3. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.